Now to Springfield, Ohio, a town of just 58,000, now at the center of the migrant crisis with at least 15,000 Haitians arriving since 2020, now forcing the state to send state troopers in and set aside millions of dollars to deal with the crisis. Our next guest has lived in Springfield for more than 30 years and says it no longer feels like her home. Diana Daniels joins us now. So Diana, according to the reports, the schools have been overrun, the clinics have been overrun, and now a lot of jobs has been taken as well. What is life like there now? It's like living in a dystopian nightmare. You hope you wake up and it's 2019 again, and then you realize it's 2024, and it's the same thing over and over again, day after day. It's hard sometimes to get up in the morning and hear residents that I've known for years struggle. This is a paycheck to paycheck kind of town, a working class, and the citizens that depend on our social services, like healthcare, the rocking horse, going down to the Social Security office for benefits, are waiting in line, and they're not getting the services they need. And it breaks my heart to see people that I taught and their children experiencing this. So I took it upon myself to make sure that I showed up at every city commission meeting pleading our case. And if it took something like this to get the spotlight flashed on us, then so be it. We've needed help, but for several years, and maybe we're going to finally get it. The sad thing is it's more of my money being spent on a problem that we did not create. So Diana, let's talk about that, because you take great umbrage with some of the characterizations that people tried to make about you and people in your town, saying that you're hateful people just because you're bringing attention to the issue. And some of those comments are being made by people that I've known for many years. And that's probably the hardest thing to deal with, because the city has always been a close-knit community. We have pockets of neighborhoods, and what's happening is a disruption of the smaller neighborhoods, and it has never been a race issue. It's about color. It's not about color. It's about culture. Your once close-knit community has now been changed, and there are people in your neighborhood that you don't know, that don't speak your language, that live a different lifestyle from you, and it's going to cause some tension, but it is a different culture that we're dealing with. And I've tried to push that issue, but it's not helpful when our own city government has printed those very comments in city documents. Who do you blame for the challenges that Springfield faces is race? I apologize, Anna, but who do you blame for this issue? Because we got a national election coming up, and there is one person that is control of the border, and that's the commander-in-chief, and he sets the policy for that through the Homeland Security Secretary. His vice president wants to be the next president. Who do you hold accountable for this surge of migrants that are now in your community? Well, it certainly is a top-down, and it's also a bottom-up. So how did Springfield get the target put on its back for this many Haitians? And don't forget, we also had a surge of Hispanics from 2014 on. How did that happen? And that's what my team and I have been investigating for the last year, is the why. Why did this happen to us? Who was responsible? How did that happen? And then follow the money. And it's very difficult with our limited resources to tease that out. But it is from the top down, but it's also from the bottom up.